Dane with SDM Fab again, here to speak of installation of both the room cooler system, all right, and the Quiet SC 6 and 8H series. All right, but first things first, I bought a hat, first hat I've ever had, and the reason for my hat is so I can put it on my head, and I can therefore tip my hat and take my hat off to an individual named Daryl Bowling, Waco Cardiology in Waco, Texas. All right, Daryl shook me out of my single ceiling panel convenience thing, bought two SC8Hs, re-engineered them to make them basically the room cooler. The room cooler is a 3-panel system to bring cold air into the room instead of using air conditioners. Daryl, thank you for jogging me and getting me out of my box on the single panel. What Daryl did was engineered it so that he brought cool air in from the next room. All right, exactly opposite of the hot air axe. Works beautifully and is an excellent pair. All right, so you don't have to have that air conditioner. You don't have to worry about it on the weekend. Sent me a great video, and I just sat there and said, Bowen. Anyway, the video he sent me, he's maintaining his server room at 70 degrees. All right, very forward-thinking individual. He's an IT systems administrator at Waco Cardiology. All right, the only thing that I guess we've done a little bit different is for the intake and the exhaust. All right, both use the egg crate. All right, on the 6-inch, we reduced this to a 4-inch, which gives us more of a tunnel. All right, because we want the cooler air from the middle of the room, all right, and we want the cooler air at the middle and the floor area, all right, just like on the big data centers where they introduce the cold air at the floor to drive the hot air up. All right, we're doing the same thing. All right, that's why we've gone on the 6-inch down to a 4-inch inlet and a 4-inch intake and a 4-inch exhaust. They're the same unit. All right, just depends which side of the fan you put them on. All right, and you can vary that according to our infamous, the silver duct that's everywhere. Same 435 cubic feet. All right, same reliable centrifugal fan. All right, same reliable line voltage thermostat for ease of installation, except it's just a beautiful system because you don't have the leaks, you don't have the refrigerant leaks, the water leaks, the installation, everything's in the ceiling. This is even lighter now. All right, and one other nice feature is an insulated ceiling tile. All right, drops the normal hot air axe SC6 with a horizontal side exhaust, all right, and the side intake is 63 decibels, which is not loud, but by using remote intake and exhaust and the insulated panel, all right, we're down to 53 decibels. That's just slightly larger than your refrigerator at home, or slightly larger. Let's hope it's not that large. Slightly quieter than your refrigerator at home. All right. Excellent system for weekend shutdown. You can put your intake in the hall if they're air conditioning the hall. On a daily basis, you can put the intake anywhere. Vary the silver duct length. All right, silver duct. Pick it up at your big box home improvement retailer. All right. The thermostat and the fan unit go in your server room or your office, all right, wherever you're going to use it, or your commercial restaurant kitchen. All right, the exhaust also goes in the server room, kitchen, office. All right, again, the reason for the small boom is we want to tunnel that cold air to the floor driving the hot air up. If you're in a very light, all right, heat application, let's say 30-minute heat up, all right, it's as easy as picking up one of these egg crate grills from the big box retailer again, cutting it in half, taking out a ceiling tile and dropping it in. Let the heat dissipate, all right? On the more severe applications, the standard hot air axe or the SC6 or 8 quiet, all right, which we'll be covering in a minute, would be your way to go, because it removes the heat instead of the air conditioning, just bouncing and mixing up the hot air with the cold air. If we can maintain that hot air, all right, just as nature does, hot air at the ceiling, cold air at the bottom, that 5 or 6 degree temperature difference, all right, it's so much easier, so much more reliable. Matter of fact, Daryl did call on a Monday morning, and once he had the system in, he was still using his air conditioner when he left on Friday. When he came back on Monday, the air conditioner had broke down. Both his cold air system, what we're now calling the room cooler, and the hot air axe were going, and the servers were still running because he was maintaining that 70 degrees all by himself. So again, hats off to Daryl Bowling in Waco, Texas, Waco Cardiology. If you find out how good this is, it's a 3-panel, it's still a very simple installation, it's lightweight. Hats off to Daryl, and once you find out how good it is, when you're all alone in your server room, look towards Waco and say, "Thank you, Daryl." Because the installation cost is nothing. The initial cost is very smaller than the AC units, everybody's telling me, all right, naturally. And you need a handyman to do your ducting, all right. If you need a longer power cord, you don't have power up there, 110 that you can plug into, look on the website. We even have longer power cord. Just measure how much you want. It's good. The heavy duty industrial cord is like we use to run our welders, all right. Made to be walked on, abrasion resistant, long lasting, buck a foot installed, even with a 3-prong plug. So hats off to Daryl Bowling, Waco, Texas. Thank Daryl when you find out how good this puppy is. That's about all on the room coolers. 6-inch is 435 cubic feet per minute of cold air drawn in from the next room, whether it's a common area, hall, if in case of weekend shutdown, or it's just easier to bring it from your office suite, all right, and cool the server room instead of using an air conditioner. It's about as easy as it can get, and again, thanks, Daryl. We're going to show you the SC6 Quiet or 8 Quiet. Is nothing more than our standard side intake, all right, to pull the hottest air from the ceiling. But we have the insulated panel, thermostat still mounted here, all right, wired the same, except you're going to exhaust whether to a plenum or if you have enough cubic feet above your suspended ceiling, because that hot air will cool as it's up there, you can just run it off to the extra space above your suspended ceiling. And if you find out it's too much, then you go to the duct, all right, with the silver ducting, all right, and put it to your return air plenum. The Quiet comes with 6 inches of 6 inches. Maybe we should make it 6 feet. All right, 6 feet of silver duct, whether it's the 6 or the 8. Enough ties to strap it together so that you can intake it and exhaust it. All right, simple as can be. Anyway, that's about it. Both systems, 90-day trial naturally, 10-year warranty. We're getting them out as quick as we can. We're moving to larger quarters, so we're in a bit of a chaotic mess. If I don't get everything done as soon as possible, we're concentrating on getting the systems out while we get everything set up, 30 miles away now. But if we don't get everything, holler at me and tell me to get my in gear, and we will. All right, we're trying to we put a little stock up, a little bit more than normal, to try to make this move as smooth as possible without interrupting your service. Okay, but anyway, thanks again, Daryl Bowling, Waco, Texas. Waco Cardiology knocked me out of my single panel thinking, and let me introduce the room cooler to you, and the quiet also, because we can reduce the weight instead of building a complete galvanized enclosure on the 6-inch quiet and 8-inch quiet. Considerably less weight. All right, drop the shipping costs some, and we do have to use an extra box. But other than that, everything remains the same. 110 volts, 90-day trial, 10-year warranty. And thanks for clicking in. Sorry I got so wordy, but Daryl just knocked me out of my box, and credit where credit is due in my book. We build reliability, and Daryl just increased basically the convenience for you, because you're not having to use an air conditioner set up in your server room, the little portables that they leak, the installation cost, the initial cost, the noise. The noise on these, on the 6-inch, is like 51 decibels, considerably lower than your air conditioning unit, your portable AC unit. So, again, my name is Dane. Any questions? We're at 770-480-9913, and that's stmfab.net. Email me, holler at me. But when you find out how good it is, look towards Waco and say, thank you, Daryl. All right? Have a good one. Appreciate you clicking in.